moving again. I've been here for 3 years now, which isn't super long, but it's long enough to know that I want to move again. I want to tell you about the pros and the cons of the place that I'm in, why I want to move, and also take you on the apartment hunt and search for my next place. Because yeah, moving in Japan is not a fun time. It's a little bit crazy. I feel like it's not a fun time anywhere you are, but in Japan it can be a little bit rough. Also, yeah, if you can hear just like a sound in the background, that's 10,000 cicadas outside. My windows are very thin. It's the peak of summer in Japan and it is hot. So to start off with, if you knew as well, my name's Emma and I always say I live in Tokyo. I've been lying. I live pretty close to Tokyo, but I live in one of the surrounding prefectures around Tokyo. So there's Saitama, Kanagawa, and Chiba. I live in one of those guys. Sorry, I lied, by the way. I like my privacy. Let's start with the pros, and I'll tell you about the place that I live in currently. When I first moved from my last place 3 years ago, my goal was I want a big, beautiful place, relatively good access to the city, but I just wanted a big, beautiful apartment. That was my dream and my goal, and I did it. This place is beautiful. I love this apartment for the apartment itself. So it is a big, beautiful 2 LDK, so bedroom and an office and a living dining kitchen. There's a really big balcony with a beautiful view of so many trees. The interior is newly renovated. I was the first person to live in this renovated apartment. There's things like the toilet, my princess, I love her, my Toto. She is my queen. There was a new kitchen installed. It's a designer, it's called Designers. It just means that someone cared a little bit when they put effort into designing this place. A lot of Japanese places are very cookie cutter, the exact same thing over and over again, which can be very frustrating when searching for an apartment. The size is 55 square meters, so each room is very spacious. The building is made out of concrete, so the soundproofing is really good except for the doors and the windows. You can hear everything outside and you can hear everything in the stairwell, but other than that, you can't hear the neighbors through the walls. The area has really good shopping. Also, the price for the place is really good. For a 2 LDK, 55 square meter, newly renovated, I'm paying 128,000 yen, which is really good. It's really good for the kind of place that it is. Now for the reasons why I'm moving. Mainly location. I didn't really look too much into location when I was looking for a place. I had like a general time frame of it taking to get into Tokyo, but I was like, yeah, it should be fine. I think areas like this are great if you have a family or a community that is in the area. Sure, I've made some friends, mainly old ladies and some families. Most of my friends are in Tokyo, like Tokyo proper. If I want to go see them on the weekend, I have to catch the train in. If I have any jobs, I have to catch the train in. I'm basically catching the train in most days. It adds up. That time adds up, and it's a very busy train because a lot of people live outside of Tokyo to commute in because it's way cheaper to live outside. It's like a standing train for minimum half an hour. And that might not sound like much to some people, but I think after doing it for 3 years, for that much time constantly going in and out, and it's not just half an hour sitting down on a train, it's half an hour and like standing on a train, and then my area is very full of hills. So it's a lot of ups and downs and all arounds. And then also, I live on the 4th floor with no elevator. Another huge con. And so after a big day, you know, you finish up your day, you're tired, and then you get on the rush hour train and stand for minimum half an hour, depending on where you go. And then you have to walk up a hill and down a hill and up a hill and down a hill. And then you have to climb 4 flights of stairs. It gradually wore on me. Of course, anyone can say, my commute's harder or my life is harder. And I absolutely believe you if that is the case. And that if you're fine with it, hell yeah. If you're not fine with it, that sucks. But for me, I've realized I don't want to do this anymore. I'm in a very lucky, privileged position where I am able to consider and afford moving to a different apartment where I don't have to climb 4 flights of stairs every time. Another thing is, I actually live in a, big reveal, danchi. If you guys don't know what danchi is, I believe it's like public housing. I don't know if these are still public housing, but each apartment is owned by a different owner. And they're very old buildings. Another con, the building is so old that it's 1968, and so it's before earthquake prevention. Like, there's a certain standard everyone likes, and it's 1981 onwards. There was a big earthquake and they changed a bunch of systems, and then anything constructed after 1981 will have the newer earthquake stuff. 1968, I don't know if we got much going on here. And that's why it's cheap to live in these places. You know, a lot of people won't go for no elevator, and a lot of people don't like older buildings. So yeah, the age is a con for earthquake safety, but also there's pros and cons to danchi. They are a whole world within themselves. It's all of these blocks that look exactly the same, and they build so many community-based things everywhere, like libraries and ponds and parks and community events and stuff. It's very community-based. I actually really love that about danchi. There's a lot more responsibility, which can be a con, but also kind of a pro. It keeps you active in the community, but also it's super annoying. Like having to fill out forms, like that. Right now I've got a kaidanban where I have to fill out like, yes, I've read the kaidanban, any notices, you get newsletters. Someone has to be manager of the stairs. You get put on trash duty to go and check that the trash has been taken and that people sorted it properly. There's no management fee because we are the managers. For me, at this point, I'm like, I don't really want to do this anymore. I'm kind of done. Another huge thing is the trash, because there's no trash rooms for everyone. Before 8 AM, 5 days a week, the trash sorting is very intense in this area. You have to go down the stairs, take it to the end of the street, and then come back and climb the stairs. You're back in the apartment. But overall, I'm really done with that aspect. I don't want to do that anymore. It's very community, do the right thing, take care of each other, little conversations with people every now and then. Like I made lots of old lady friends. It's really beautiful in a lot of ways. The nature is amazing. Because these danchi have been here for so long, they're not really built super close together, and there's room for all these trees. There's gardeners that come and take care of all the trees. There's fruit trees, there's like pomegranates and biwa, really beautiful walks, and there's just kind of a very magical element to danchi. I think that they're really beautiful, and I think that the community aspect of them is really cool. A lot of people see the buildings and they're like, oh, that's an ugly building, but I think the beauty around it is just so awesome. So yeah, I do love danchi, but the trash and the stairs and everything is just, yeah, I think I'm done with that aspect. Also, although the nature is a super positive thing, one negative thing is I've never experienced this many cicadas in my entire life. I can now show you videos of the stairs because I don't need to be afraid of doxing myself, because I'm gonna move. It's like a horror movie. There's something about the suspense. Yeah, anyway, I can't deal with the cicadas anymore. I'm really done with those guys. Also, older building, they're not allowed to replace the windows when doing renovation just because of the building. The windows are incredibly thin, no insulation, and no sound insulation. Also, another obvious con is the doorways in my current place. I'm okay with them because I live here and I'm used to ducking under the doorways, but when I have friends visit, the worst feeling I get is just hearing them cracking their heads open on the doorways. Specifically just the living room one where there's a metal bit where the door slides. Just hearing that like thunk of their head on the metal, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Oh, I feel so bad. Yeah, so I want a place with taller doorways, and I don't want to have to duck to get into the shower every time, like a little hobbit crawling into my hobbit hole. I also just want, when I invite friends over, to not have to apologize like and feel bad, hey, Thanks for traveling all the way out here. I know you have to leave in an hour because it's quite a trip back, you know? So, would you like to hear my requirements for the new place? The thing that's really scary is I'm going up in price by quite a lot. But to get what I really want, that's what I gotta do. These are the requirements that I started off with. Specific location, or a few specific locations. Within a 15-minute walk to the station. More than 45 square meters. A 1 LDK that's big enough to split one of the rooms into like a bedroom and an office. Or a 2 LDK would be ideal. Concrete, so that sound doesn't go through the walls, because sometimes when I'm streaming I'm like, wow, wow. Not next to an expressway or main roads. I used to live next to a main road and it was so awful, never doing that again. South, southwest or southeast facing, because I have a lot of plants and sunlight is very important to me. Not directly facing another house or apartment close by. A lot of the time, especially in Tokyo, there's a lot of built up areas and sometimes you can just get like a balcony or a window just facing somebody else's window. Modern interior, an elevator or 1 staircase maximum, a balcony so I can put all my plants there. Built after 1981 for the up-to-date earthquake safety, and all this for under 180,000 yen. I know the US dollar is very strong, the yen is very weak right now, so it's gonna look probably cheap in US dollars for how much it costs to live in a city in the US, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Very quick brief about Japanese moving in costs and everything. We're gonna cover it way more later, but I'll just do some basics. Each place will have shikikin and deikin listed. Shikikin is your deposit, which part of it can go towards cleaning or you get all of it back. It depends. They should tell you in the contract. And then there's deikin, which is a gift to the owner. Because you're just so nice and you don't have an option to not pay it. I think deikin is a scam. I think it's evil because you're already paying them rent. So shikikin is usually 1 month's rent. Deikin is usually 1 month's rent. Sometimes they'll say no shikikin or deikin and then that gives you a little bit of a better deal. So there's the rent and then there's also kanrihi, which is the management fee. So for this place there's no management fee because we manage the building. But yeah, it depends on what they provide. So some of the places I looked at were apato. There's apato and mansion. So you can say, oh, I live in a mansion in Japan. Mansion are like apartment, what we'd call like an apartment block, apartment building, but usually, you know, they're pretty good quality. They're usually made out of concrete and it's like, yeah, a block of apartments. Apato, sometimes it's like, it looks like a house, but the top floor has its own private staircase and front door that goes to the apartment on top, and then the first floor is apartment. So some of these look like houses, but they are apato. Mansion are usually made out of concrete, and apato are usually, I would say, made out of either wood or steel beam. And those two are not good for soundproofing. This is good tips if you're trying to find an apartment in Japan. Also, all the hunting I did was on Suumo. I hunted on Suumo. A really good website is Garage Chintai. Shh. They're mostly designer and not bad deals. A lot of them are very expensive, but there's some really good ones. Garage Chintai. Look it up. So I have been out to see some apartments. I've been working again with the same girl, my friend Mika, who helped me find this apartment. I'll leave a link to her real estate agency that she works for in the description down below if you want some help finding an apartment if you live or are moving to Japan. The first place I went to go see catfished me. They had the most beautiful pictures online and I was like, this looks fake, because the map, the layout picture was different to what the pictures they were showing were, and I was like, I think that this is some BS. I think that they're catfishing me, but I wanted to go give it a go anyway, just in case, because it did look very nice and a little too good to be true. So the first place, it was a 2DK, so 2 rooms and then a room that's only big enough to be a dining and a kitchen area. It was 43 square meters, but it felt somehow even smaller. The DK, the layout was, yeah, very difficult to work with. I'm not sure how you would have, you'd have to have a very small couch. It's a DK though, so it's just supposed to be dining kitchen. I felt like I was gonna get catfished from this place, but because the pictures were completely different. The kitchen? Yeah, I think, yeah, this is the the not as cute one.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. I wanted to check anyway. There were 2 staircases. The rent was 161,000 plus 8,000 kandihi, so 169,000 every month. The location of this place was not great, and there was a main road and you could hear it quite a lot. I would say it wasn't super loud, but it was enough that it's like always gonna be there. Also, this day we went to go look at apartments. It was feels like 42 degrees day, and the humidity in Tokyo is messed up. So just know that we were fighting a battle that day. It was really bad. Oh my god, it's hot today. Whew. So this place does have a lot of nice features, but for the location and the walk to the station is not my favorite, but also the main thing is this LDK area is kind of awkward trying to figure out where furniture would go. It's a bit small and the layout is a bit difficult to work with, so I think this is not what I'm looking for, but happy to have seen it. Okay, let's go back out into the heat. This first place was not concrete, it was an apartment. But yeah, 2 staircases, so that would be a lot of stairs, which I'm trying to avoid. But the bathroom was really quite spacious. It had a nice balcony, but no view, and was surrounded by other apartments, but you did get a lot of good light. But yeah, definitely went and saw it, glad I went and saw it, but it was not for me. The second place was a little bit confusing. It'll make sense in a little bit. So it's supposed to be 47 square meters. It was 170,000 rent plus 6,000 yen for the management fee. No shikikin, no reikin, so that is really good. That takes off 300 and something thousand yen from your move-in costs, and move-in costs get crazy. So the move-in fees were really good. There was a huge walk-in closet, which I hadn't even considered as a possibility, but it was on the first floor and it was not private. You know, if you had the window open, people would just be walking by. The location was really nice. It was an apartment, so it was steel beam, not soundproof.
Look at what they've done with the floor though. They clearly had to replace these beams and they just were like, yeah, this pretty much matches. And it absolutely does not. Like that's so, I feel like that's a bit lazy on their behalf, but yeah, nice kitchen space. But again, like just having to fit in an office, trying to figure out where it could go, like the fridge and stuff is gonna go here. I don't know, I think I have a lot more thinking to do on how I'm gonna make this work.
It didn't really have any personality. There was no design, nothing there that was fun, and it was modern, it was new interior, but it was, you know, it was just a bit like, eh. And it felt really small. I was like, how is this 47 square meters? Man. Well, I'm so glad that we're seeing places, because I feel like, yeah, it's gonna help me understand what's actually on the market and what I can afford and what's, yeah.
Fingers crossed. Here we go, on the journey again.
And then we left, and then we went a few steps down the street, and then we realized, oh, we just went and saw the wrong apartment. So that one would have been cheaper, but went to see the actual apartment we went to go see. So this one actually was 47 square meters, 170,000 yen for rent plus 6,000 kandihi. No shikikin, no reikin. Is on the second floor, so definitely a lot more private. Really good location. Steel beam, so still not soundproof. It was prettier than the downstairs apartment, but they did some weird wallpaper choices.
Yeah, not loving that choice. Thank you. Oh yeah, that's they really, alright. Oh, this feels bigger.
This place is definitely infinitely more promising than the one downstairs. This is actually the one that I saw online, and yeah, we got confused. But this one, I can see a lot of potential, and it's really nice, so let me show you.
This is the LDK, so the living dining kitchen. It's really big. It's about the same size as what I currently have, and so I was thinking, you know, could petition off to have a dining and living area. The view's nice from the window. It is not on the first floor, which is nice. There's some greenery, which I love. Nice kitchen. Over here, same as downstairs, but yeah, the doorway's also very high and the ceiling's very high. Nice windows, lots of light, which is good. In winter, the light will come in much further. All right, so when you come up the stairs, behind me is the LDK, but over here, here's the toilet. Not quite sure how I feel about the brick wallpaper. Nice storage and nice toilet. In here is the bathroom. They have the classic sink that most Japanese apartments have. This is where the laundry machine would go, and some storage up here. A wide stance to save my feet. Here is the bathroom, very normal, but clean, which is good. And this is the bedroom. So it's quite a large bedroom. I could fit my bed here and then possibly have desk and office here and maybe partition it, possibly. Yeah, it's tough because I'm coming from a 2LDK and turning it into a 1LDK is, yeah, it's a little tough, but you know, I'm doing this for the location. Here is again the walk-in closet. Can you imagine having a walk-in closet? So I do want to have a good think about this one. This one has really low move-in fees for the price. Yeah, usually move-in fees are incredibly expensive, so it is still expensive, you know. So I don't know if I'd find somewhere else that would have no shikikin and no deikin. They do have some other fees elsewhere that kind of brings it back up, but it's still really cheap for move-in fees. So yeah, it is also an expensive place. It's a lot of rent. It's a lot. I can do it, it's okay, but I would be more comfortable with something less, but I want space and I want good location, so just trying to find that. But this place is really beautiful and is definitely worth consideration. Has surprised me. I do not like the wallpaper going down the stairs though. What is this? I don't want, I don't want that. I guess only people going down the stairs will see it. Ooh. It was actually really good, but I thought about it for a really long time and I just couldn't do it. It wasn't right. It was just something about it. I was like, like if I put the office in with the bedroom, I'd have to get rid of like a lot of my furniture. Like how can I, it's almost there, but eventually I decided I wasn't gonna do it. Holy shit, I think this is my guarantor call. Hi, moshi moshi. I just got a phone call that was very important and see what happens. Maybe at the end of this video. Oh, anyway, what part of the story was I up to? Oh, my heart is going so fast. The fourth place that I went to go see that day, I believe it's still on the market. And it was on the market for so long before I went to go see it. 17,300 yen. So 173,000 yen plus 5,000 yen, 5,000 yen for management fee. Which is expensive, but 2LDK, 53 square meters. I was like, that's really good. This is 55, that's huge. I was like, that's a good price. It seems like an okay area. What are we doing? So I went to go look at it. Okay, window and entrance, here we go. This place hasn't been cleaned yet, so it's gonna be a little messy. It's hot, oh my god. Holy shit, oh, it's the... Ooh. Oh, here it is again! There it is. Holy crap. I think it's a good size, but the layout's a little interesting. And I don't know, it just feels a little soulless to me. I know you add soul to a place, but like the floors, and also the main issue is on the other side is just a house. It's just straight into someone else's house, even the balcony, straight into someone else's house. So there's not really a view on any of the sides. There's all right lighting, but there's something about it that I'm not super vibing with. So I'm gonna skip on this one too. Look, I'm sweating so much. It is so hot. Pumping the AC, but it's not enough. So yeah, I think this is the last place for today. Just gonna have a think when my brain works again when it's not too hot. Woo! It was near a main road, so yeah, the sound was pretty constant. It's 2LDK, but it felt like a really bad layout. Just the way it was designed was,
it just didn't utilize the space. It was very awkward, and it was technically more modern, but it was dirty as well. Like the last person hadn't cleaned it out properly. Did not vibe with it. But also, those little sneaky suckers, they said, no shikikin, you don't need to pay a deposit. It's okay, don't worry about it, we're so nice. They doubled the deikin. Like 34万ぐらい? Yeah, that's so expensive. And deikin is just a gift to the owner. So you don't even get that back for a cleaning fee or anything at the end. You just give them over 3 grand. It's insane. I walked away from that feeling a little bit defeated. The third place was nice, but it wasn't special. It wasn't really giving me what I was looking for, and so I decided, I was like, I'm gonna come up with some new things that are important to me, and I'm gonna just adjust it a little bit to see if I can find any other options, because I've been looking for a long time and there were not that many options. The things that I decided I wanted a 2 LDK. 1 LDKs, unless it was a really big one, it just trying to split that into a bedroom and an office and be comfortable. I was like, 2 LDK is so important to me. I love having the separate office space. I looked at renting an office elsewhere, but it just doesn't really work for my situation and what I do. I prefer to have the separate office space at home. I decided that an older interior would be okay. It's been very lovely living in a newly renovated place, but I don't need it. It's okay. I just want a nice toilet. That's all I want. I love a nice toilet. My toilet's my princess, my baby. If there's a plug where I can plug in a newer toilet, like seat with a bidet, that would be great. But it doesn't have to be a brand new renovated place or a super modern place. But I still want the building to be after 1981. So those are the new things that I put into place. Originally, I saw one pop up that was a 3-story house that was very interesting. Location wasn't amazing, not great soundproofing again, and I went to the area to look at it from the outside and I was like, that's massive and I don't need that, and it's not worth it for me. I was like, I'm not gonna. It was like at the higher end of my budget and I was like, I don't need a 3-story house. And then I saw one pop up and I started looking at it and I was like, yeah, it could work. And then gradually I was like, yeah, it could work. If I did this and this, then that would be, oh. And then I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep because I got really excited. I still can't sleep very well. I organized as quickly as possible to go and view the place. So this place, partially renovated. So the kitchen is new-ish, like pretty new, and the bathroom is new-ish, which is great for me. Large. It says it's 47, I think. It feels bigger than that. Like the LDK is bigger than what I currently have, and then one of the rooms is like 0.5 tatami mats smaller. It feels really big. South facing, concrete, so no sound. Well, hopefully not much sound. Balcony for my plants. The location is unbeatable for me, I would say. 2 LDK, bedroom, office, living, dining, kitchen. The new place has an elevator. It also has security. Having security would be so nice, especially in the city, living alone. Built after 1981, so it has the earthquake standard that I was looking for. Very quiet. In Tokyo, like, you know, you go down the side streets in Tokyo, it's very quiet, but there are a lot of residential things like on main roads and like in the city, or it's super loud. So finding a nice residential bit that's still easy access to the station is like chef's kiss. So the doorways are taller, no hitting my head, nobody's gonna be hitting their head, love that. Kitchen, the kitchen's really big. The kitchen's really big, bigger than my current kitchen. So lots of opportunities to cook lots of delicious food. Amazing supermarkets in the area as well, one of my favorites. I'm super excited about that. There's a plug in the toilet so I can install my own bidet. Right now I think it's just a heated toilet seat, but I need that bidet attachment. And also it's not built super close to other apartments or other housing directly in front of it. There's a bit of space, which is great. And the view's really nice. It's just crazy. It's got 24-hour trash. 24-hour trash. I can take my trash out whenever I want. If I'm like, oh, I'm leaving the building to go somewhere, let me just take my trash out. I don't have to wake up and go down 4 flights of stairs and go back up 4 flights of stairs. Yeah, there's lots of potential. It is older, so like the doors are kind of an older cream color. The office looks a little bit spooky. It has an aircon in the window, but for everything that I've been looking for and the amount of time I've been looking for it, yeah, I'm going for it. I've put in my application, and that is gonna be a whole process. I'm already partway through the process. I just had a very stressful phone call. I'll tell you right now, it's all gonna be in another video, but I have to sign in 1 week and move in 2 weeks. In my current apartment, I have to give them a month's notice. So I have to pay double rent for a while. So please like and subscribe and watch this video. Also, I'm going to Australia in like 3 weeks, so I have no idea how this is gonna work. I'm being very open with you with the price of everything, but you know, this is my choice and I'm excited. Everybody pays different rents. Everybody's in a different life situation. I'm just being open and sharing with you what mine is because I think it's interesting and you can have your own opinion, but don't be too loud about it. But hopefully this goes ahead. There's been some complications so far. I just need them to tell me if I got it, so then I can move ahead with organizing movers, saying that I'm leaving this apartment. Every day they don't tell me. The move-in date stays the same, but that just means I can't leave my current place. I'm like, can you tell me right freaking now? I'm adrenalined, but I'm not stressed. It's not the end of the world if stuff doesn't work out, but I would really like this place to work out. I think it's beautiful. If I get this place, it's a new era, you know, it's a new chapter of life. I've loved this place. It's been awesome, but I'm very excited for the next part. I'm ready for that. I'll let you know right now if I got the apartment or not. I got the apartment. I'm currently in the awful stages of it, organizing everything. Yay! Look forward to the next video where I just go, oh my god. It's happening very quickly. Ah! Yippee! That's where I'm at. Let me quickly thank my wonderful patrons. Thank you so much for supporting me. You guys are awesome. You made a really big difference to my life and I appreciate you. And yeah, to everyone else, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, or hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Or not like this. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!